unstackable encoders, specifically using copper golems, which is something that iigo specifically has done some work on, which is why we wanted to have the event with him. And specifically the kind of the new idea he had of using CUDs with said encoders. Yeah, and so we're going to start with a little bit of a description of what's going on with them, and hopefully we can get a better idea of what's happening. And then after that, hopefully we can take some time together to work on the concept and maybe make something interesting. So, better to see where this goes. The floor is yours, iigo.
Yeah. So basically, what happens is, I think everybody knows how copper golems kind of work. You know, they pick up an item from the copper chest and they go to 10 chests. You know, and they try to put the item in there.
Mm-hmm.
So something really interesting is that in the code, when the copper golem goes, it checks to see, oh, is the item I'm holding in that chest? And then instead of checking to see if there's space to put the item before trying to set the inventory slot, it sets the inventory slot, but if it can't put it, it just sets it to the same value. And that creates a comparator update. So basically what you can do is have completely full chests and have the golem go one by one across all the chests. And you can detect which chests have the item in it without having to like drain out the item or like have multiple stages or anything ridiculous like that. You just have the golem just go one by one, figure out what items in which chest, and in like 30 seconds you can encode an item.
That's really, really cool.
So I can place one
Could
now so you can see what it
you...
looks like.
Hmm.
So this one's a bit more complicated. So the way this one works is it has two 15-bit encoders. Oh, the inventories didn't load. Okay, that's very annoying. Uh, so that's gonna, yeah, this most inventory is most of what's in here. So basically, the way this one works is the golem checks, goes one by one across each of the sides, and then when it gets, because they're basically two mutually exclusive sets of the items. So you have like 128 in one side, 128 in the other, and then as soon as the golem selects one, it closes the chest, so then it can basically demux the two sides. So you get 30 categories with this with overflow. But the most painful part is actually setting up the chests. It's like really dense, like miss encoding, and these just use like chest CUDs. The item in there for it to work though.
And it will detect both halves of the chest, right?
Yeah. No, there's nothing. It's not like minecarts where you have to like do the funky stuff. It just
Yeah,
works.
that's nice.
Yeah, so you get the full chest. I mean, really wouldn't work if it only if it only worked with half. Because the chest has to be full.
Can you also just like, when you pre-fill it, just put one item of each in it and then it will fill up over time?
I think
guess
that's
you will lose the
dependent.
item, but
Yeah, it's dependent on what you're doing. If you're using stackable items, you can just rename them, and they won't stack, but they'll like be able to still like detect it. But I don't think there's really too much you can do with like unstackables with this tech because it's just so slow. But yeah, no, basically it really comes down to like you got 10 chests, like really 9 because you only have like the output chests. So you have 9 chests to put 8 bits of information in, which is you just can't do. So the really complicated part is if you want to get full encoding to figure out how you're going to link up two golems essentially, or have the same golem do something funky to be able to get full 8 bits of encoding.
Oh, this makes
Me.
sense. Okay. So you just update all of the CUDs once the encoding is finished to reset them.
Yeah, it's just a really simple one. Just you can just there's a reset button. It just resets all the CUDs.
Is the site selection reliable? Because it feels like the golem has access to both chests. So it ends up to him to which one will visit first.
So basically, the way that it's all about the way the inventories are set up, and the inventories didn't load when I pasted the game. So,
Oh,
basically I split all the items into two mutually exclusive sets. So there's no item that's in both sides. It's just two parallel like
the
8-bit encoders. Yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, the only thing that the side's doing is it's just closing.
Oh, you close the chest from above. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm closing the output chest, and that will even if it's only ketting it like on the last chest, it will immediately just like skip it right there because it's fast enough. So
Yeah.
now that basically means I don't have to do a bunch of like complicated stuff to like get this like two-sided like output like this. But actually see if I can set up some of these chests so you can actually see it in action.
So the items that are encoded in the left chest, in the left side goes to the right chest.
Yeah, it's
And
inverted just because the wiring's easier.
Yeah.
So I just use like shears as the blockers on one side and water buckets on the other. So you have like mutual sets.
What's going on with my? Every time I click a chest, it like reorients it. So this is very weird.
That is the Axiom Tinker tool, I believe.
Oh, do I have Tinker enabled? That would be
Yeah.
a problem.
Oh, I get it. This is interesting.
Yeah, just like 30 categories is a lot. I can get like all the items in here. So like this is just a really simple design I have that's like not like using a bunch of rails or like decoders. It's like complicated. It's just really straightforward. Just a little bit of trickery to get to get the 30 categories.
Oh, wait. How do you do side?
The golem does it.
Oh, I get it.
It's just literally you can see like the inventories, like there's water buckets on the other and there's shears on one side.
Yeah.
And because the golem will like never have an item that's in both sets because they're mutually exclusive, it just closes the chest, and then because it will just go to one of the two output chests, it'll just like place it in there, and then the one that's like fits. Make this open, and then if it's an item that just isn't in here, it doesn't matter because both the end slices go to the same place for the overflow and the unsorted.
Slice. Yeah. Question: is this space enough, like the eight double chests, to encode every unstackable?
In 30 categories, yes. If you want full 8-bit encoding, I do not think you can get it in HS.
Yeah.
I think like Data said it was like 12 chests with Crackpot.
For 8 bits?
Yeah.
Damn.
Or like not like 8 bits exactly, but for how many unstackables there are. So like 241. But yeah, no, that's like the really tricky. If you're like, if you can fit it in the 9 chests you have, like it's the encoding is like easy. It's once you start having more, it's like really comes down to strategy for like how you want to like try to speed this up.
Yeah.
And then like it comes down to like what kind of cuts you want to use. Like you want to use like global reset or like local reset and like stuff like that. And if you want to have like, because there's like the 5 seconds that like the golem is like sitting there kind of waiting to pick up an item. It can happen sometimes. So like that's the reason to have more than one golem. But then you need to have like an item gate to make sure that 2 golems aren't going at once. So that's
Yeah, I was gonna say. I feel like
but if you only have one golem, you don't need an item gate.
Yeah, I think multiple golems is probably a good idea, just because this is gonna be pretty slow, and you can like, I guess it's not even necessarily parallelizing as much as it is just like hyper threading in the sense that we normally meet it in storage tech. If you were to do,
Yeah, it only takes out the little bit of time that the golem might be like waiting idle to start
yeah,
start a new one. But because of like the way that like it's sequenced, if you have like multiple things in the chest, it only actually matters for the first item, because the golem will always kind of be timed that will go back immediately as long as there's another item in there. So there isn't really any waste of time.
With 2 golems, however, you can't guarantee this failsafe here, because you can end with both chests closed.
Yeah, you need to have an item gate so only one golem can go at once.
Yeah.
Which I have other ones I don't have like schemes of that have like item gates. I think the one that I posted originally for the Shulker box sorter, that one has an item gate. And actually like try to paste that one down because that one's like simpler.
yeah. So one of the things, I guess, one of the things that would be kind of nice is if you wanted to use this for like a proper unstack sorter, where instead of having like categories, you have like a single item per output, so you can load it into boxes. But the problem is like you can't really actually do a lot of different destinations with this kind of logic because there are only so many like codes that you can actually make.
Yeah, this logic's kind of limited to like 30 codes.
Yeah.
Yeah, you need something. You need like just like a different kind of encoder. This is like more just supposed to be like, this is simple enough. You could make like a block by block tutorial for this. Like that was the point I was trying to go with this, was just like I want to make something that like is as maximally useful for how simple it is to build. So like you could make like a YouTube video in like 5 minutes and be like, okay, here's how this works. And just like have somebody beat their head for a week trying to assign the filters, because that was the hardest part.
No, it was, you would have some people who are very upset in your YouTube comments.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
That was that's definitely the hardest part about this is like when you're like encoding like a single item, like it's really simple. But once you start getting like categories, it just becomes a mess trying to fit everything in there.
Yeah. I know people trying to make their own categories for this. I would feel so bad for them.
Yeah, no, it took me like literally like 3 days to get one that worked. And it didn't even paste it.
Wait, sorry. What's difficult about the categories? Like, is it just?
Well, it's just because like, so basically the way that this is like sort of optimized is all the big categories. So like the gas harness and like the beds have like 16 items. You don't want to have those have multiple bits set, because that will take up more space proportionally. But like something like elytras can be in like 3 chests and it only takes up 3 slots. Where if you had like 3 chests of like beds, that would be 16 times 3 or whatever that is. So it's all about like optimizing like the layout. And then like especially like when it comes to like weapons and stuff, like I have like a whole chest like assigned to like basically every single weapon, and like another one for like axes and pickaxes, and another one for shovels and hoes, just to be able to get it all to fit in there.
So can I put an elytra into this chest, for example, and then just like this?
Yeah, that should just work.
Okay. And then
Throw in any
put one
input.
in here.
Actually, reset it first.
Yeah, I guess I wasn't even. Do we know, like, if you were to exclude variations of the same unstackable, like for example, like wood sword, diamond sword, netherite sword, how many unstackables would you actually have?
Yeah, well, there's an optimization you can do where if you use like a crafter, you can craft all the dyeable stuff to be white, which like removes like 41 items essentially.
Oh yeah.
Because they can all get sorted. Which one would that one be? So that one's like. Oh, that should actually be on the other side because it's It gets stuck somewhere.
Oh, it's in the first barrel.
Something that didn't work properly. No, but the first barrel should be like shears and buckets.
Buckets are in the last one, I think. Yeah.
No, buckets. Yeah, that's the unsorted. So that's not correct. Try just placing it in and see where it goes. Go. If I do this. Yeah, no, something's not right with this. Maybe it's like, I don't think it's like location or anything. I tested this pretty good, but I guess not. Maybe. I don't know, maybe it's pasted weird.
Shouldn't these... Yeah, these comparators should be off, right? Or... Oh, wait. Sorry.
Which comparators? The cut comparators?
Yeah, never mind.
They're on because there's an item in the chest. No, it's like entirely. I think just the like this bit here. The item distribution stuff.
This is like my first ever interaction with Copper Golem, so I'm not really sure what's going on.
Yeah. What did I name that other scheme? Like Golem something? Yeah, they have any like specific questions about like the mechanics of how all this works. I think it's like pretty straightforward, at least conceptually. This device is a little complicated to understand, I think.
So, from what I understand, it looks for a chest which like has the matching item that he's holding, and then when he finds the match, I don't know what happens from there.
So basically, if he finds a match, he'll try to put the item in there, but like he just sets it just does a comparative update if the item's in there. He makes a different noise as well.
Okay.
But he doesn't the item doesn't go anywhere. The item's still in his hand, so he keeps checking chests. But we have detected that the item is in that chest, so we can encode it.
But then where does the item go? Because he's still holding it.
The item keeps going until it goes to the two output empty chests, and then that's demuxed based on which side the golem hit first.
There's probably a different way. I feel like you might be able to demux it with a single chest. Did you look at that at all?
Oh yeah,
Like
I could just do that with like more redstone. Like
Yeah.
there's just a simple way of doing it.
You can just use these signals, right?
Yeah, no, I could. I mean, that's how you would do it if you wanted to have it be like. Because I mean, you could just wire this as like a 2 hex encoder, like a regular one, and just have a single output chest. You just have a different kind of output pattern.
Yeah. What I meant though is instead of having 2 chests at the end here, that it puts the item into one or the other. It just puts it into one of the 2, which gives you a chest back technically.
Oh yeah, you could do it like that.
And then you just have one chest and you just lock the hoppers beneath it or unlock a hopper beneath it instead of.
I think the reason I didn't do it like that was because it was like trying to deal with unsorted stuff, so a bit more of a pain.
Oh, that's true. Yeah.
Because I had to like detect that like it got to the end but didn't have anything, and then like open up one of them or default to something. Yeah, I had like a bunch of stuff that was really annoying to do when I was trying to do that.
That's fair. I think. Yeah, I mean, I guess that's like it's kind of like a minor optimization.
Yeah.
Is fair. What do you think? Like, what sort of future iterations of this do you see being interesting or useful?
I think like getting something that can do all like full encoding, like full 8-bit, and then having that with like a disk drive and having a full var loop would be pretty sick.
Oh, like a copper golem power bar loop. That would be kind of.
Because then you could just like put a box of like items, like unstackable items, in the bulk input, detect what type of bulk input it is, send it to this, and it just sorts it like immediately. Because you can just sort a whole box of unstackables at once.
Yeah, that is true. That would be the box running would be nice. The problem is that you need the copper golem in the first place to sort the unstackable. So you need another copper golem. Like you need to encode the item twice that way.
For like, you mean?
Like so, if you wanted to sort full boxes of unstackable items, then you would need to use a copper golem to sort the unstackables in the first place, right?
Yeah, no, you'd like take the input, like if it's a box, you just like run it as a box. If it's not a box, you like put it in a box just to make it simpler. You encode the item, recombine the boxes, and then you send it to like a disk drive temp, and then you just like merge it. And you just keep doing that until it's done.
Is there any benefit?
Like,
go ahead. Sorry.
I was gonna say the thing with unstackables is you don't have to like worry about like mixed boxes merging because they're unstackables. They'll just like merge fine.
Yeah.
So you can have categories like and still use a disk drive and like mergers, and it just works. You don't like need to do anything fancy.
I was gonna ask, is there any benefit to having a var loop if you do just already have a slice for all the categories?
I mean, yeah, if you had like all the slices for the category. So something I was thinking was if you used like a dropper cage, you could actually pull the box from the dropper cage and then load the item directly into it. But that makes like sorting whole boxes a bit more tricky. But if you only cared about sorting individual items into boxes, you don't actually need dedicated loaders. You can have just like that disk, because like, you know, a dropper cage is going to outspeed this like by 1,000,000 to 1. So you just pull the item, you put it down, the golem puts the item into the box, and if it's full, you send it to the display, and if not, you send it back to the dropper cage.
I got you. That's fair. Okay, I can see what you mean. I mean, you could probably just do like a single double chest disk drive as well, and then use the signal strength that you get to cycle to a certain slot.
Yeah, you could use like a disk drive. I think it'd be like that specific logic might not be quick enough to be able to pull the box, quick enough to load it in before you'd want to like have the next box already like start encoding and stuff. But you like pipeline it or something and probably get that to work, because like the timing about pretty similar. Because it's about 30 seconds if you have like all 10 chests, because it's 3 seconds per chest essentially. That's about the speed of like most disk drives. I think it's like 30 seconds for like worst case.
600 game ticks. Yeah. I think worst. Yeah, that's not right. 16
like you could maybe get it to work with a disk drive and have that insertion logic. But I think just doing it the simpler way and just like treating everything as boxes and just like having an external merger is just like simpler. Even though you might technically have to like load something, like encode something twice, because it just like means the handling like input boxes of unstackable is like way simpler.
Yeah, I think I guess the only thing for me is like I don't really want to be dealing with mixed. Like I think it'd be cool if you had pure boxes where you have like all of your wooden swords in one place, all of your diamond swords in one place, and like slowly fills up all the unstackable options. But that's like obviously that requires a full unstack encoder instead of a hardware based one.
Yeah, no, you'd have to. You can do it with like 2 golems pretty easily. You can basically. So another logic that I had, I didn't actually ever wire, but basically you have 1 golem. It's basically the same kind of logic I have in my chest hall. So basically you have like 1 golem doing a pre-sort, and then selecting sort of basically which category it's in, and then you actually can have 20 chests lined up, and then you just like before you put the item in, you unlock half the chests. So you can pre-sort based on that, and then so you only need 2 golems and like 1 set of chests to be able to like do all that.
The map works out that you have enough codes that way.
I mean, 20 chests is enough codes for like regular 8-bit, so I would assume so.
Okay.
Yeah, that's I think like two stages are 2 golems. I mean, you can also just like kind of just have 2 golems lined up and just have one do half the code and the other do the other half the code. Like you can do it like that as well.
Yeah.
There's like so many ways you can do it. That's like really like the good categories. If you want to do like all encoding, like how do you optimize that little bit, the little bit that you can't fit in there, because you can almost fit all the unstackables in the chest. You just can't, which is the most annoying part.
There's not
So you
enough
just
slot.
this little bit of like speed up or like pipelining or parallelization to get it to like not take 60 seconds instead.
Wait, so how many unstackables were there again?
I believe there's currently 241. I have a scheme of them all from, but surely it's not going to paste if I did paste it.
Yeah, so 241. I'm trying to think if there's some other way besides like traditional encoding to get all of the possible codes in a few number of chests.
Well, you can get some extra bits if you use like traditional unstackable encoding. Like if you can get like all the disks. You can get basically a disk bit of information. Yeah. And you can use that as like a pre-encoding little bit, but I don't think it actually gets it to enough to be able to do that. Like not in a way that's like safe, because like once you start getting into buckets and stuff, that kind of defeats the purpose, because you start getting into like lossy stuff like animals and sulfur cubes or whatever.
Mm-hmm. Oh, I forgot about the fucking sulfur cubes and buckets too. Jesus Christ! Cubes. I keep adding things. I don't know how to do the math. I'm trying to figure out if there's a way to do it with like matrix style logic, where you just have the item in, like you have 2 separate whitelisters, each with 1 instance of each item, and you use it to coordinate a position.
Yeah, I mean, you could do the matrix style without needing to do the cut encoding. The cut only becomes useful once they have like, multiple chests in a single section. Because otherwise, you would just use like a SS15 filter and just pull out the item. I see it technically get a bit more items, but like it's probably slow.
With the matrix style that I'm talking about, you would want the cut style because you're using 2 separate sets of whitelisters to pick a position in a 2D grid.
Are you talking like the X and Y axis thing we did for the temp?
Yeah, exactly.
No, but you only have it's like only a single bit hot for each side, so you can just have it be a regular filter. That was the design I was working with before. Like before, I was like, this is like taking 130 seconds, and it's like a pain.
Technically, using the also non-stackable sort of classical one, you can also consider it a matrix because you separate the unstackables in 16 initial categories, and from there you can use mini in quotes encoders to encode to separate each category of unstackables to the individual one. Like you can use the initial sorter to separate out disks, then have a portion of the 4-bit encoder to encode the disks according to their signal strength. If it makes any sense. And during the process, you can easily eliminate, for example, the sulfur cubes.
How would that eliminate sulfur cubes? Just by like detecting all of the bucket ones?
I believe Leo had a method, but yeah, I think you can eliminate at start, and then you proceed without them. You proceed the ordinary unstackable sorting without them.
Yeah, I think
Oh.
Leo's method like still just put them in a cage though. I don't think it actually maintained them in buckets.
No, yeah. I mean, is it needed to maintain buckets? I mean, there
I
is
think
still a
that's
chance you can use a golem to separate them.
yeah. You could
Like
pre-sort with a golem. That just gets like really kind of painful if you want it to be full speed. I feel like kind of the advantage of this is the
in
fact that
this,
you don't have to worry about like if just using golems. You don't have to worry about like the player having to think about their inputs, which is like something I really don't like. Is like being like, oh
I
no, I
mean,
can't input
in
that because
this
it'll break
case,
something.
but in this case, you can use more than one golems because essentially you only have two chests. One chest with a filter, with signal strength detection, where you put the sulfur buckets, sulfur clip buckets, and an empty chest where it drains every other unstackable. And from that second chest, you do the normal process, however you want.
Yeah, if you reverse the order, you could do it like that and get a little couple extra bits. I don't know if it's like enough to make it so you don't need two golems though.
I mean, I think if it's possible to uniquely encode every item with two golems, then that's just like a nice solution. I feel like having two
Yeah.
golems is not that large of a price to pay.
Yeah, it's like one of those things. It's just like more like how do you divvy up the work so it's like fast? Because I mean, like, I think basically like the structure of having it be like pre-sorting. You have like the first one acting as like a whitelister or something, so it's like separating it into like
Yeah,
categories, and you can use the logic I was talking about. You can use the same second golem without having to have like three golems instead.
I mean, I
While you
think
have like things like very linear.
is there some way to do it such that you can have multiple golems in each section if you want?
I was trying to figure out a way to do that. So basically, you can also use trap chests. Not with these cuds, but with cuds that have a block in between. You can use trap chest to detect when it's opened. But because of the timing of it, you don't get off pulse from the trap chest with the golems. Because one golem will come, but then the other golem will come like literally immediately. Like it's like the same frame. You might be able to detect it with like a bot or something, but I didn't check. But I just didn't get like a nice clean off pulse that I could use to be able to have something like pipelining the boxes or something.
That's cool that they
I'm
can
looking-
interact with trap chests.
Wait, so
Yeah,
what were
it's
you
just
trying to do in trap chest again, Ego?
So I was using trap chest because you can use trap chest to determine when they're opening a chest, but
Yeah.
it's like mutually exclusive to them like detecting if the item is in there. So you could use that to pace where the golem is in the thing with certain logics. And I was trying to use that for creating like a pipelining. So basically, like maybe using like a code box or something that you're building up over time as it goes one by one, so you can have multiple golems going at once. But you would need to do something a bit more complicated, like gating the golems or something, or have more spacing. Because if you just have the golems in there without any like spacing, there isn't really the trap chests don't have an off pulse, so you can't really tell. Like you can tell because it's always like the same amount of time they have it open. So you could have like a fader or something, and you know that it's been open longer, so that means there's another golem there. But it's just a lot more wiring to get that to work.
Yeah, it sounds overly complicated, probably.
Yeah, and it's like at that point, might as well just have like multiple encoders just running in parallel. You just do that, and it would probably be more efficient. Because you can get I have like some layouts that are like 4 wide. I don't have schemes of them though. To build it real quick.
do I parallelize this? I mean,
yeah.
one thing that you can do, because the sides are mutually exclusive, right? Like one side of these chests is never going to be accessed once it accesses one of the chests here. Like it won't ever flip to the other side. Like there won't ever be items in both sides,
Yeah.
basically. You could technically lock one side of the chests as soon as you get a match on the other side.
Yeah, I had a version that did that. It was like added like 3 extra layers. Probably could have got it like cleaner, and
Yeah.
because it basically I have to like carry the signals over, and like lock them all. And it's like if there's like items that are only in the last 2 chests, so it's just like sometimes it'll even make a difference. So like it averages out to be like maybe like a 33% speed up, possibly. Like, it's not nothing, but it wasn't
That's
enough to
pretty
like
big.
make it worthwhile for the specific. Because I had the layout set up pretty dense on the back chests, which kind of
Mhm.
made it a bit worse. I think if you had like a really optimized layout, it could be better, and if you had like the good wiring for it as well. But yeah, it was just kind of too messy for me. I didn't like it.
That's fair. I feel like if you can get a 30% increase out of that, that's definitely worth it. It's like a fairly small, pretty easy thing to wire to get like that much speed out of it. But that is like a matter of subjective opinion, I guess.
Yeah, no, it's definitely if I
And
was
this,
like just doing for speed. But if I was doing for speed, I would use like a different design. This is like a lot more like kind of a bit more straightforward, kind of casual, kind of focus.
yeah. If you were going for speed, do you have thoughts on what design you would use?
Well, there's really 2 ways you can kind of speed these up. You can have like parallel golems,
Yeah.
where they're acting on like the full set, but they're running in parallel. You can have them like you can check kind of, or you can kind of chunk up the set, so then you have like the golems acting on a smaller amount, and then it's like kind of chaining it along, but you have like copper chests in between to be able to have like clear destination points and bits of code.
hmm
Um, but you actually lose a bit of time every time it has to interact with a copper chest and an output chest, because that's like a chest that's not encoding any information. Um, so you lose some efficiency that way. I think probably like doing it where you have like a one golem, or like you with the first one you can actually have like multiple golems to speed it up. So you have like golems like separating it into parallel like encoders that are like basically it's like encoding like the first like 2 or 3 bits or something, where it's like this is either linear like 0, 1 or like 0, 0 or 1, 1, and then you have like the
hmm
other encoders like just encoding the rest of it. Um, but they can operate completely in parallel, because they're not like operating on anything that's like would be doing something like that.
hmm
So
What do you think would be? What's up?
I was gonna say, did you want to do a group wire thing for this, or
Yeah, I was actually just about to ask what Ego thinks would be a good or an interesting group wire kind of iteration of this, or like what kind of space he wants to see improvement in, or that like what direction we should be moving.
I think that like trying to do like a 2 golem one could be pretty good, just because like it's probably the most straightforward way to get like full encoding. So like figure out what
hmm
kind of encoder we want to use, or like it's like a regular like encoder or like XOR or something.
Not gonna lie, the encoding math and like that stuff does go way over my head, above my pay grade. But um, Rodin.
yep.
Um, let's see. Does anyone have opinions on kind of like what direction sounds most interesting to wire to them? If we're talking about 2 golem encoders specifically. So basically we're trying to encode the full set of unstackable items.
So instead of doing
And-
like the side selection that iigo did, we just do like a dropper cage thing? Or
I don't think it's necessarily the same idea to have the dropper cage and the full encoding. I also, just to clarify, iigo, for 2 Golem encoder, it would you could get separate output for every single, like a unique code for every item, or just you could get every item.
Oh no, I mean, this gets every item. Like you can get every item with 1 golem.
Yeah.
If you have categories, 2 golems, you would get a unique code for every item, like a unique
Okay.
unique 8-bit code.
Yeah, I think that would be like the kind of the sweet spot of it. I mean, Willie, in the sense of like you get a unique code for every item, and not necessarily like the part of it that like loads those into boxes or whatever. That's kind of like a separate, much larger project, I think.
so like
I mean, if you have like a full 8-bit code, you just use a regular disk drive. You can use like Monica's or something.
Yeah.
So is the idea that each golem would be responsible for 4 bits out of the 8 bits?
So there's 2 ways you can do it. You can have a logic where the first golem is placing things into the like whitelisting things into the chests, and then you're then using that to close off one or like open up like 1/2 of like 20 chests like on each side. So you then basically have like 1 golem acting as like 2 separate encoders that have like less chest load. So then you can handle like that, or you could do 3 golems and have a just have two that like that way. I think those are like the 2 ways to do it. Or you have like 2 golems doing like the first bit of it and then like the second bit as well, but I think that one the math is a bit harder for that.
I think for our mandate this time, at least, maybe we don't think too hard about the math.
Yeah, I think just doing it and just let's
like trying to figure out a selection design and say that nerd and iigo can do the math later. And we can take care of the rest for now. Yeah, it probably is overkill, sneaky. But I mean, for me, I think I don't know. I like the idea even of having pure boxes, even if you're going to store them in MIS categories. I would rather have pure boxes be stored in MIS categories than mixed boxes. So if I can add a golem and do that, that's intriguing to me, and I think that would probably be. I'm probably not the only person who thinks that, but I could be wrong, I suppose. I suspect there are a lot of people who want to be able to encode every unstack individually. Okay, so the goal is to do 2-stage encoding. You said one way is to like use this as like a whitelister to unlock a subset of encoders or a subset of chests that the second golem would encode from.
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna lie, I did not hear the second option, but I'm assuming it was just to have 2 golems who have full 8-bit code.
Yeah, it's just 2 golems, just like in a row, and then you just have like a either you have some handling for just having an item gate and waiting the full 60 seconds for the whole thing, or you're sort of like having a way of collecting the code and along and having the wiring for that, so you can have it do like you can pipeline it.
I think anything that lets the 2 golems work simultaneously, like if the code can be split across both golems, I think that's going to be a problem. In the sense, like if you can have chests for the first golem that have items that are also in the chests for the second golem, I think that's going to be problematic speed-wise. So if we can do whichever way does not have that, basically, where you need to wait both times.
Yeah.
Or for both golems, you done. And I'm assuming that's the former of the two methods you mentioned, where you whitelist and you can save a code technically, like you could buffer the output of the whitelister.
Yeah, the whitelisters can just be buffered, and you can read out the buffer like a normal unstackable encoder where you have like just like a priority manager just like to buffer it out, or just do it some other way. You don't really need a priority manager because it's not gonna be like this close. But yeah, there's like other ways you can do it to get like the same sort of thing.
I mean, you also could do 3 golems at that point and just have like 1 golem per side, right? And then just gets the items.
Yeah, that's the second way, where you just have like 3 golems and you just do it as quick as you can without having to like serialize the second set. But it's like it's going to be actually probably be about the same size. It would just be more golems. And then you just need to handle parallel output, but you just make like code boxes, or like if the codes are mutually exclusive, you could just have like 2 smaller disk drives instead. Which is actually probably the faster way of doing it.
Yeah, I mean that definitely would be faster. But it's more components, more golems. I mean, either way, that doesn't actually really change much about what we'd be doing, to be honest. If it's 2 golems or 1 golem with parallelized sides. Doesn't seem like it anyways. What is these?
This is like one of those the buffers things.
Oh yeah. Selects the closest slice.
Yeah, and then just it gives you can get a readout from it. I use it a lot in my chest hall. I think I did this wrong. No, I think you need like a repeater at the end.
Yeah, you can do.
It's not working.
This timing's probably off. Oh, there you go. Nice. Got one.
Right. No, it needs to go through a block first.
Let's see.
No, it is compare. Yeah, no, I think doing it parallel is like probably the best. I think I had the really tight, the one that you could tile really tightly. I think I cut layout. It's like
Default
Yeah,
off cut.
this is the one I got 5 wide. This one was like 4 wide, but that because it's using a chest cut, it doesn't work with the golems, so it's not very useful.
That's tough.
Before I was doing it like this.
Oh, that is kind of cool. You can use it for the reset line too.
Yeah, it's like really clean. This one's really clean with like an item gate.
Does this work? I'm assuming this work.
That could work as well. I use like a piston launch the item gate usually, so that's why I just do it like that.
Yeah, it does work. Okay.
Yeah, that works too.
I wasn't sure if the dust update would happen before or after the piston extended the composter. Because if the cut gets updated again, then this wouldn't work, but it
Yeah,
does
no, the
work.
timing works out. Yeah.
Which makes sense, but rather safe than sorry. Let's see.
If you use like a regular, going to use like a regular rail encoder, you need like a rising or falling edge for this. Yeah, I think it depends. I don't know. Do we like this cut?
I do. This is a very clean layout. I think this is probably the best.
Yeah, this was what I was getting when I was trying to get it as like tightly tiled as I could get it, because you can build this like literally right next to each other.
Yeah.
So if you want to have like two sets,
Oh yeah, you can literally just you can stack them.
yeah, just like
Can
right
the copper
there.
golems be on top of the chests they're looking into? I'm assuming.
They can be on top, they can be on bottom.
Okay.
They can actually be like anywhere within like a certain range, as long as they have like eyesight. You can also I have like a ridiculous layout for where they don't have to move, but like getting all the cuts to fit around like the weird 9x9 shape and then like routing those somewhere is just like insane.
Yeah, it sounds a little bit unfortunate. I don't know how you would. Yeah, it'd be very difficult without them updating each other.
Yeah.
One thought that I had that I forgot to test is I guess it needs to be a trap chest. Maybe you've tested this. Do you know if you shut the chest when a golem is looking into it, if it will knock the golem out of it, or if it will just keep looking in it?
There is like a timing in which it will knock the golem out of it. But that's only for regular chests. If it's a copper chest, they will not care and they will open up the chest that's covered. Like as long as they have that chest in mind, they will just do it.
So it
Yeah,
doesn't give a fuck about copper chests. That's
no
crazy.
copper chest. It won't give a shit if it's like covered.
That's
But no,
wild.
I have one. I have a layout where it's like I close the chest after each time. Like I like reset the cut, and they can just have like the infinite line of them. It'll just keep going because it closes all the chests behind them. It's just very slow because there's a 5-second reset in between. Once it gets to like the 10th chest, it like resets, and it's like, oh, I'll have to wait a little bit before I start looking again.
Would this? Do you know if this would knock the copper golem out?
It might. Let's just see. Copper chest.
This would be a simple way to speed up
Yeah,
the
that'd be
chest.
actually pretty cool. It might work. Let's see. No, it doesn't
I
seem like it seems like once it started.
mm,
No, the one I had like closed the chest, like the latched it closed afterwards, and I had like the reset line, reset all the chests back. I was just using that to get more like slots.
add more delay. Oh. Maybe that was faster with the dust. Man, these guys are so slow. Oh my goodness.
Yeah, they're like painfully slow. Like just it's like
Staring into the void.
there's no other way you can do it. If you want to sort every single unstackable into their own shulkers in a bar
Yep.
loop, you got to deal with these little dweebs.
Yeah, I
At least
mean,
you'll
I
have to
think
deal with like two of them.
I just want to find a way to make it so they like can go a little bit faster, you know?
I like looking at the code. I don't think that there really is a way because there's like it literally just like sets a timer in the future. It's just like at this point do something. So it's like I
Um,
don't there's like no out for like stopping it or anything that I remember seeing in there. Like I think the only way you can speed it up is just by like doing more in parallel. It's just like
yeah, spam copper golems.
it's like obviously
Mojang.
you spam enough copper golems, they'll sort of copper speed.
Yeah, you can get there eventually. Okay.
I think the only issue with this layout is because it's actually only 5 wide. It's kind of hard to get an 8-bit output from here.
Oh my gosh.
You'd have to like double stack the output lines. Oh, and actually, no, you can just have it overhang. If you since you only need 2 of them, you have it overhang on each side. It's just a little messy looking. It's probably the cleanest way of doing it though. You just want to keep the golems close together. I guess yeah, you can't just like mirror it because you'd have the chest next to each other. But you can have it pretty close, so then the outputs are like minimize the time in between how far one of the golems have to walk. You also just route the boxes or the items or whatever.
Mm-mm. Just trying to wrap my head around all of this. My gosh. Do 10 chests. This is why I wanted this to be a conversation, because this is like it's really cool technology, and I think it's gonna be like very common at some point. But it just like I have
It's
no
like
idea.
it's so different from like other stuff
Yeah, exactly.
that it's
It's
like
so deep.
it's like you just gotta kind of turn your brain inside out.
Yeah, everything is there.
You get some nice cuts though, which is nice. You don't have all you don't have to deal with like all the other stuff because it's
Yeah,
like
you love
with the filter.
don't you? I feel like I've noticed.
They're if they got rid of cuts, I would stop playing the game. I would never update. It's literally my favorite thing in the entire game is cuts.
They're really cool. They're very, very cool.
Shelves are number 2.
Yeah,
Shelves are just
maybe
hard to do stuff with.
shelves are gonna be the only reason that actually shelves and golems would be reasons to upgrade to .11 or any other future version. Just
Poplar
need them
Food
to.
is also nice, to be honest. Like, it adds so much content.
Yeah, there is. I feel like we're gonna have to upgrade at some point. I just don't want to. I don't want to have to learn all this stuff. I'm lazy.
Goofy shelves.
Yeah, I was. I think it was you who was like one of the first people I saw talking about like how you can like bud them and stuff.
Oh
That
yeah,
was-
they get crazy if you dust redirect blood. I have the one of the first things, like literally one of the first like serious redstone things I made was like an instant line made out of shells because you can bud a bunch of them in a row, and it has like the most insane update order. It's like not useful in the slightest, but it's like here and then it's like on the other end, and then it's like halfway in the middle, and it's like
What
kind
the
of it has like
hell?
goes in both directions. Yeah,
the-
it's kind of insane. I still don't know how the update order works for it all, but it's like non-linear or something.
Oh my god.
But specifically when you like
Dust redirect them.
yeah, when you dust redirect them, they get really weird. When you just do it like this, it's like actually really consistent and it's not directional, which is nice. You can do it like that. Like that. Yeah, it's
does.
left, right, and then middle. Yeah, it's like super goofy. But it's like the same thing you would get from like powering the middle block of like 3 no blocks, except it's not directional.
That's nice at least.
Yeah.
These have these are tile entities though, right? Or not tile entities, they're block entities.
They are, but they don't use a block render. They only use a block render if you put items in them.
Yeah, yeah.
They do a special render. The vines don't do anything. They just keep it from oxidizing. I had it there just from force of habit from just putting golems in vines. Technically, it might make it a bit less laggy because the golems aren't doing like collision, but I'm not entirely sure. I think that might only matter if you have multiple golems.
So is this, I'm assuming this is the layout for like the, you're saying this is like the parallelized encoder, like where you have them reading out from both sets of chests to create a single code?
Yeah, if you just had like, well, no, I think this is like how you'd want to do it if you had it be, if you just had like two of them, just so it's like just adding completely in parallel. So the first like sets of golems are just like distributing it to the second ones, then the other ones are like,
Oh,
speaking on, like
okay.
a subset. If you wanted it to be 2 golems exactly, you would have like 20
What the-
chests, and then you would like close like actually you only need like 19, but you'd like close half of them or like open half of them, whichever one works better. Based on the input chest that the thing came from, and then you'd use that to be able to demax that. But it's basically like serializing it.
Yeah. So this is, I think there's, parallel is the whitelister, the first one like whitelists, and the other one is
Yeah, inventory's worked on this one.
serial, single code. Okay.
Yeah.
Um,
Yo, let's check this out. It's in the first dropper. Oh, whoops. And then it goes to the
Wait,
third
so,
one.
and- oh. Is this not impacted by dust update order being random?
I have no clue what this would do.
It's interesting in the map that only the 3 middle ones are merged, which
That
makes the least
might be
sense of
locational.
everything. Oh,
Yeah, it's just
Oh,
it's
the
gonna
roots
be
might be
whichever
different.
ones go in whichever order.
Wait, what?
I mean, they're just acting as updaters in this situation.
Yeah. So this works fine.
It's gonna go in the correct order.
Yeah, this is just like if we didn't have shelves at all.
oh. Now they have a different pattern.
This will be like moves it one at a time. It's powering from the wrong end.
Yeah.
And it would move instantly from the other end. Just because rails.
Yeah. That's basically an update.
Yeah, so the shelf isn't doing anything here. I think if we did like this, does this update all of them? I don't actually know. Yeah, it does. Nope, just the first time. What the heck?
Yeah, these things are confounding. Like, especially if you have like a bunch of them lined up like this. Like, I have no like. It's like doing like some wacky combinatorial stuff because it's getting the update from the changing the powered state, but then there's also the update that it gets from like when it connects to a neighbor.
Why is it only updating one of the neighbors right now? What is going on? Oh my god.
Because the right one's already connected to, and there's a priority. There's a left to right priority. If you were to remove that one, it would do both.
It's not though.
Actually, no. If you did that, it would.
What the hell?
Yeah, there's a priority where it goes left to right, so like it will decay to like yeah. Once I realized I literally like more than 3, I don't even mess with. It's like just nonsense. It's like there's logic to it. It is not like random or locational or anything. It's just too much. It's just too much stuff for my brain. I'm just like I don't want to figure out the weird combinatorial logic of how this like all factors out. There's smarter people to figure that shit out.
Jesus.
You could probably do some really crazy stuff with this, but like, I don't know. It's also loud.
Yeah,
as hell.
I mean,
These things are so
gave
loud.
us new component. That's crazy.
They did. Yeah, finally.
It's like a weird Boy Who Cried Wolf situation. They actually gave us something, but like we didn't believe them.
Yeah. Well, you know, it's the same update as Copper Golems. Nobody. I literally couldn't find anybody mentioning the fact that these have neighbor updates at all. Like, I like found it out like randomly, and I was like, wait a minute, this isn't like on the wiki or like anything, and there's nothing on any like threads on any discords or anything. It's like, these things just happen to just be really weird things that have like their own like unique behavior, and then just nobody noticed.
Neighbor updates. Wait. So if I depower, this is like an AND gate, no? Yeah, you could use this for an AND gate.
you can wire it for like a really goofy AND gate, but because it powers like when you change the state as well. But you could like wire it to be able to clear out the to clear out the extra pulse you get from that.
Yeah, that is kind of annoying, but it's wireable around it.
Yeah. No, like if you like do wiring with like shelves, you end up with like just a bunch of redstone blocks everywhere, just like hard powering these things. It just makes it impossible to fit anything else in there. it just like it means like it's either like entirely shelves. Like I have like some 0 ticks that are just shelves and redstone blocks and stuff, and it's just like it's just shelves, redstone blocks, and sticky pistons.
Jesus. Actually crazy. Single update. I'm sure this is useful for something, but it seems like it gets like more and more niche.
Like you can use it to like make like default like off clocks that are like kind of nice. If it wasn't so loud, it would be really nice.
Oh, that's really cool.
That
you
is
need,
cool.
Like a torch. It's just like the most annoying sound in existence.
Yeah, it's very loud.
That's not too bad.
Probably because they're not blocked, because Mojang is just... They didn't see this coming, as usual.
Yeah.
That is actually really useful, though.
Do you guys think this is like on purpose, like they intentionally made this, or is this like emergent?
This is probably somewhere in the middle is my guess. I think they're like, oh, maybe cool redstone stuff will happen. We don't know, but then they were like, because if they expected that, if they would have coded things, at least in terms of update order, like more, like understandably, you know. So I feel like it's like kind of part and part. They're like, oh, maybe people use this as an updater, who knows? And then it was like, oh shit. Like, what is going on? I don't know though. Oh wait, no, that's the observer updating it though.
I mean, it will.
Oh. It could be like,
Yeah, no, it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, it updates things, but all the places that you could power it are like, it's already getting updated by something else.
yeah.
It's really frustratingly almost usable.
I think this might be that again. I think this will be like there would be some very niche applications for this. That'll be like really cool.
Yeah.
But like I don't know what it's
Where's
gonna be.
my,
I don't know if it's gonna replace like rails or walls and trapdoors and stuff.
No, it's like, that's not wrong.
Whoa, that's cool. What the heck?
Holy.
Yeah, this thing is actually like legitimate shelf wiring. Well, this is like the dust bud. There might not be boxes in it. Yeah, there's no boxes in it.
What is this? So this is just like for filling boxes?
Yeah, it's like a smart loader.
Whoa. I immediately broke it.
I pasted it, and there's like no support blocks because this is one of the first schemes I ever made.
Oh, I see. That's actually really that's funny. Wait, so if I put items into it, it puts the block on top, and then I see. Okay, when you close it, detects it.
Yeah, the redstone block is like powering the center one, which is like allowing it to update the budded one on the right. But you can flip the shelves around and get like actually really clean UI by just having it, because you can't. Nobody expects the backside of shelves to be a redstone component.
Yeah, it's true. It looks nice. It's a nice texture.
No, it's an interesting thing you can do with them.
Honestly, I'm just excited to have like it's like a kind of a half, it's like a vertical slab in some ways.
It's pretty useful for that.
Yeah, it'll be very useful for stuff like where you can't use a trapdoor because it gets powered, and we like flip.
Like the useful thing I ran into was like when I wanted to like lock a hopper on top of it, but I still wanted to be able to use it as a like to pass a signal through. And I could use a dropper because it would like
it gets
powering the hopper
yeah.
would power the dropper, so I could lock the hopper without it doing that, while still being able to use that for like one of the goofy fit unloaders I did.
That is another very, very silly application of shelf.
Like you couldn't do that with a dropper, and there's like nothing else you can use to do this.
I mean, I guess I probably would use a barrel, and then you can like detect a signal like that. But
yeah, you need a second one, and then but also will lock the bottom hopper.
Yeah, the shelf does also have application.
I was about to say you could use Crafter.
Crafter
You
only, I
can.
think, only updates. Doesn't Crafter only update when? No,
No.
you're not supposed to
Oh,
do
right,
update,
when
you
it
do the shape
crafts.
update.
Yeah, it has to craft
It'll do the
something.
block update when it crafts, but it'll do the shape update no matter what.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know if running the finna loader through a craft is the best idea.
I think that's a great idea.
Yeah.
You don't know never know what's gonna be in there.
Yeah, this isn't buffering though. It works. It's just if it's buffering, you're gonna get some crazy shit happening. What is this? Oh, that's okay. LA has to be the coolest looking spawn egg.
Yeah, it's pretty good.
Okay. Should we get back on topic?
Yeah,
So we're gonna have to edit like.
If they just call this video like a 1.21.10.
Yeah, showcase mechanic showcase.
Yeah.
College Tech showcase. Oh man. Okay, so there were 2 stages. We need a third one, right? Like we need another instance of these chests so that it like selects one after the other.
So we could do SS15 filters for the first stage. So then it's just like filters to the copper chests for 2 copper chests, and then that just does it for each side.
Mm-hmm.
And that's probably how you do it, because then you could just like spam copper golems and get like, I think it's like 1/3 hopper speed if you have all the golems. Actually, no, it's not 1/3. It's like 1/11. But you'll get faster buffering, which is good.
Yeah.
And you can technically like kind of route these out to as many. Like, you can have like 10 of these in a row, and that would be, if you really cared about doing this really quickly, would probably be the way you do it. I think it only gets really tricky when you're trying to minimize how many golems you're using. And then like how do you get the code out of here? Because it's like you need like a can't. You might be able to do like that if you like put like blocks in between.
Yeah, that's my thought. And then you can have the chest.
Have it just go out the edge.
I guess, I feel like 3 golems is just like the simplest solution.
Yeah, no, definitely probably the most straightforward.
So maybe we just do that then. And they can walk on top of the chest, so that's fine. Although I gotta flip this again. Ay. This game hates me. Okay. And then you just do like copper chests. Or do you know if copper chests are laggier than normal chests?
I mean, like, not like rendering. I think they might be laggier if you have like 100 of them in the area where you have like a bunch of copper golems. But I think I don't think there's like they might not even be like block entities. They might actually be less laggy than regular chests. I'm not sure.
They definitely have a block entity, but
I mean, like the block entity rendering. I mean,
yeah, they might. That'd be nice.
I know they changed beds, but that's like after this. That's like 26.2, I think, is when they changed beds.
Yeah. Only reason I ask is because I think they look a little bit nicer, depending on like they can look nicer than regular chests, and probably could be fun to build with. Like,
yeah, they probably like kept that in mind when they were designing them, that people would want to do that.
Well, you would think so, but hoppers are still laggy as shit in vanilla, so something's not right. And then this would probably just come off of. I mean, I guess you can just do a line of hoppers. We can do 5 chests each since they do the sorting themselves. Wait.
These two look so nice.
I know it's a nice block.
Yeah, it is pretty
And
nice.
it's very nice sound as well. Very good sound design.
Hmm. So I'm assuming you just put the like initial whitelisting chests like here,
Yeah, just
and
like that
then
or
you
something.
take the hopper output and go down there. You would need one for overflow in case it's like. I mean, I guess you can guarantee that only
Yeah, I mean,
unstackables going
yeah,
to this.
you also like as long as you can guarantee unstackables and you actually have them all in the input set, you don't have to worry about like renamed items or something because it doesn't work like that.
Yeah,
So there is actually like no possibility except like when you update and they add more items and you forget to put it in there, which is like that you could hard lock something, which is annoying.
yeah,
But like also you could just like have one be the like the one that's like everything else. So you have the stuff that's like doesn't actually need to have like if you're using the encoder, if you're using the encoder for the first one, which would be slower, but you could do that'd be one way of doing it. No, you have one chest that's like empty, and just have like everything else go through there. So you actually know that's like fine. You don't have to worry about that as long as that one's
I was
empty like
saying.
the last one.
Also, when you use these as whitelisters, you have access to like. I mean, 5 chests is enough for every unstackable in the game right now, much less.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you're doing fine. You have space for like 500 plus, 540 to be exact, different items.
Yeah. That doesn't work.
Oh man, that's wild. I mean, you can't interact with the different. Oh wait, can you like filter out? Jesus.
Oh yeah, it's like the weird like 8-bit thing.
Yeah, they're oh. This is so stupid.
No, the funniest part is I was actually doing this over there, but you can if you use them for like SS15 detection.
Oh,
So the funny thing is like it doesn't care if you read it from the wrong side. It just always reads a 0.
that's what the heck.
So you can actually like have an SS15 like and a hopper line like that.
Wait, if that's the case, then will this update a CUD if you put items into a shelf?
It will probably update a cut almost certainly. I think. Yeah, I mean that would update a cut even if there wasn't anything there.
I mean, it just depends on if the comparator is
It's a
reading
solid
it
block.
to read other things.
I mean, if there's like a solid block there, well.
Yes, put that there then. Yeah, it does. Damn.
I think it will actually do it like. I might do it up to here actually, or it might just be only
That
like
would be
player
really
interactions that do it like that. No, I think it's only player interactions that will do it like that.
I didn't turn the cut off, so maybe not.
I think actually that has to be powered.
Yeah, that's funny.
No, it's like oh, like you can't get like player interactions with like an observer. You can get it with a CUD because obviously you can get it with a CUD.
I wish you could. If you could pull, wait, you can't. I wish you could pull like items out of these and like use these as hoppers.
You can use a
Like,
wacky self insertion.
Oh, you could, yeah.
Yeah, self insert.
Oh, boy, they're just such a weird thing.
I mean, like it'll self insert if there's like a hopper on top. It's just a matter of there's just enough space so you can actually like throw stuff in there and actually not be horrible. I think it's only player interactions will update the
Yeah,
CUD.
player interactions while these are locked or enabled or whatever you want to call it.
But yeah, you could use it to like dispense like some hopper mine cards or something if you wanted to drain out the shelves super quick or something. It's something I messed with once. Like on interaction, like, but you could also just like detect if there's stuff in there and have the same thing. It's just like probably a little easier to wire because you only need one single point of detection. So it doesn't matter if it's like only like the right side to select something. You can always know that it's like there without having to have like 3 comparators and like detect it all.
We are definitely getting distracted again.
Yeah.
Okay. Is there? I imagine there's a cleaner way to do this.
Yo, you could use shells as a stateless gate.
Yeah, you can. Yeah, because they update stuff.
That's really cool.
Stateless logic, my love. You said copper golems don't care if you put a block on top of their copper chest, right?
Once they've selected it, they won't. If you put it afterwards, they will. They won't like select it if it's covered. But if it's you cover it after, like they could be like on the other side of the map. Like if they've selected it, you can cover it, and they'll still pathfind to it. Just new ones won't like attach to it.
That seems actually potentially useful. New golems won't check cover chests, but old ones will. It's like a copper golem filter.
Wait, what? Can you explain that again?
I mean, I'm like, iigo is the one who knows how it works. I'm just like, if I'm understanding it correctly, it's interesting.
Yeah, so if the copper golem like is already pathfinding to a copper chest, and then you cover it, it will still continue to pathfind to it. But if you have it covered, it won't like start pathfinding to a fresh one.
Oh,
if it's already covered.
What? Wow.
But it doesn't do that. That behavior isn't shared with regular chests, which is annoying because that would actually be kind of useful for regular chests in some ways.
Copper barrels soon?
No, it actually goaded if golems could like load directly into shulkers.
Copper shulkers.
That would be really cool too.
Yo, that'd be sick.
You literally would just be a free unstackable stick fire if they did that. Because you just dispense boxes, they put them into the boxes, and then you just like once it's done, you just break them all and you just put new ones. If they could just do load directly into them, you don't have to have like any loaders or anything.
Oh man.
I mean, that'd be a free. Yeah, that would be a free Sigfar period.
Yeah. It's very slow for unstackables though.
Yeah.
It'd be slower than any Sigfire.
I don't know, Keems is pretty slow.
Like,
bruh.
Breaking. I think with a group we're probably fine.
Do you think a copper golem grouper is possible?
Yes, and it is. So I think the one I had took 50 minutes to do like 5 boxes or something like that.
Oh my god.
Or no, it wasn't. It was like had like the most ridiculous logic ever. Basically, I had the golem. There's like a trap chest. I'm trying to remember how I did this. It was like a single golem, and you had to have like a trap chest. So the golem would try to take an item from like the fresh box it was checking. It would try to put that item in the chest. If it didn't, it would close the chest because of the trap chest. And I'd use the detect and swap in a new box, and I would do that continually. So any boxes that it matched, I would pull out. But there's a 5-second gap in between every single interaction with that. So It's like 5 seconds times like the number of boxes.
Oh
or
my
something like
god.
that. There was a better one that I have like a half one wired up, where you dispense 10 boxes at the same time. You do the same logic, but the golem, you like fill the trap chest with the boxes, like the key item from the boxes. So then they would check all 10 items in 30 seconds. And before I discovered the CUD stuff, I was like with a matrix style like thing, you could do like a tempo box in like minute 30. Um, where you have like two stage ones where you just use like SF-15 detection, and then you use that to matrix the box, and you send the 10 boxes from the dropper cage to this device that would like line them all up. The golem would check each one sequentially and then match the pair if it existed, and that would take a minute 30 in total. But with this, you can do it 30 seconds now and use a disk drive, so not worry about it.
Damn.
I almost think a CUD would be smaller.
No, these things are tiny.
SS15 filters are like surprisingly large.
Yeah, no, I had like ran into the same thing when I was like wiring that before, because like these like I think it's like actually smaller to use the CUD.
Yeah, I think.
3, 4,
I
5.
think. Yeah, I think it is.
And then
This
you
is
just
like
need like the dropper line to just sort it into the correct one, or you could like use hoppers or something. I don't know.
I mean, if it drops the item, it's going to sort a lot faster. So it's nice to have the SS15 filter for that reason.
Yeah, well, it's more that it allows you to have multiple golems at the top at the front end, which would be it's like I think with like 2. It kind of depends, because like it's like you want to get through when you're like pre-sorting like this. You want to get through the set as quickly as possible, because like if there's items that can go in the opposite set, like you don't want them just waiting there when they could get like encoded or unloaded or something with this sort of logic.
I mean, yeah, but the problem is you're going to be bottlenecked by the lower set. So I feel like one golem is almost certainly enough, especially because, again, it's going to drop the item as soon as it finds the chest.
Yeah.
Whereas these guys have to make it all the way to the end every time.
Yeah.
So you'll always have enough time to sort through every chest up here, and you'll be buffering anyways. So no reason, I don't think, at least I can't think of a good reason to like add more golems. But you could add as many as you wanted. You're definitely correct.
Yeah, with the filters, don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, this is rough. Yikes.
You could like get it smaller if you like flipped it around, but you couldn't really get like good access to the middle, because you could have it share like a single like composter in the center. You'd have to have like the golems like on top of everything. Yeah, never mind.
Are you just trying to think of
I see.
falling
I see what you mean. No, I mean it would just be like a. It just needs to stock a single item out, so it just needs to be an 8 game tick filter. But this is a lot of time and distance to cover for 8 game ticks. This can't be the best way to do this. I like iigo was saying. I don't know if that. Yeah, no, it doesn't really work. You can't really.
There's like too much space. You'd have like a five wide gap for the golem.
Hold up. This is probably a better way to do it. And just need to...
Oh, they powered the droppers.
It's fine, because it'll turn off. It is, like, not actually helpful, unfortunately, but it does work. And this is a 16 tick, yeah, okay. This is the way to do it.
Aren't they like default powered on though, the droppers?
No, because this will be SS14, and then it'll go to SS15, get detected. And the torch will be on by default.
Okay.
Because these are gonna, like, you'll have these be full, I guess. Oh, that's so annoying. These need to be unlocked, like, yeah, I need 2 hoppers. I was really hoping I could get away with 1. Though, admittedly, I don't know why I thought that I could. Yeah, need a second hopper, unless we wanted to buffer an item. Which we definitely do not. Once again, I'm doing this like tiled.
So is it like
Instead
here?
of just...
You wanna like... Oh wait, no. What am I thinking of?
I don't know what I'm thinking of, man. So it might be a step ahead of me.
You want to lock the
Top
hoppers.
hopper,
Yeah.
which is really difficult and annoying. I mean, I guess we can do the layout we use in the whatever it's called, the token receiver we did.
Yeah. I think it could be like...
Just like this.
Oh, we could do targets
Like
here.
this. Need another inversion though.
I'm not sure what the goal is, but I think this would work.
I mean, the goal is just an SS15 filter. So if this chest gets SS15, it unlocks once, and the item goes into the dropper.
Mm-hmm. Oh, duh.
Problem.
Wait, I'm silly.
Yeah, problem with this is that it will, first one is it'll bud the droppers. Second one is it doesn't actually lock the hoppers.
Probably
But I
should use
do...
the hoppers in like a line instead of using the droppers in this.
Yeah.
It'd be like a little bit slower, but like it'd be way simpler.
No, yeah, it's just saving an item, that's true. So I think you're right, Willie. This is the better way to do it, probably.
I think you have to go like this, and then like that, and then these can be repeaters. Baba.
This is the wrong polarity, right?
Oh, you're right, you're right. Let's see here. So it'll be 14. So we have to use a torch somehow.
Yeah, the inverted, which... is why I started with the normal SS15 detection, but I don't actually know how to make that work. Man, these group wires are embarrassing. Yeah.
Hello?
What's up, Lakeem?
What's up?
You here to help us wire an SS15 filter?
Sure.
Do it like this. Do it like this. Just put the golems on top, like in between.
Yeah. Nice. This is definitely the best way to do it, I think. Yeah, and you just run. I mean, if you can just put them on top, you can technically cut a layer and make it even. Right?
Yeah, you just have like 2 wide, and the golems can just kind of just straddle there. If you have like multiple golems, you kind of want them to be on in vines, but you can put vines on the side like that and be fine, I think.
Yeah. But I mean, I don't actually think that multiple golems is going to lead to any speed increase, is it?
I think it probably depends on the item set, but yeah.
Well, because the problem is that the bottom encoding process is going to be the bottleneck because you can only have one golem there.
Yeah, but like think about the situation where you have like you're feeding enough boxes, like it's full speed for both, but like all the boxes in the first half of the set are for one side, but there's like a bunch of boxes for the other side. They're in the other half of the set. They're just like sitting there idle waiting, and like you have like, a bunch of golems not doing anything. Or if you have like it
That's true.
speed up, like then you don't have that
Yeah,
situation
if you're
ever happen.
splitting, if you're splitting the, if you have two
If it-
golems, you are correct.
Yeah, if they have like the same item set, then it doesn't matter. If you're using this to sort like boxes and you wanted to sort boxes like in parallel, like really quickly, then it doesn't matter. Because actually, we wouldn't pre-sort for boxes anyways, except for like just determining it's a box.
Okay. Just talk this.
Oh, that's really smart.
Yeah, this is what iigo did.
Nice.
If the cyan concrete didn't give it away,
It's indicative.
it is. It's like me and my deep plate tiles. You have a block fountain no one else uses, it becomes your thing.
Yeah, I purposely picked a block palette that nobody used.
Yeah. It's the way to go. Okay, so we have filter. This will work fine, and then it's just copper golems and profit. No, we need to figure out the encoder slice now, which
I mean, it's just like you need like a rising edge or falling edge, and it's just like the gating logic. Oh, actually, no, I think you need an item gate with this CUD because you need to reset it, but I need some more space to be able to have the reset in there, maybe.
also, don't we need a binary output?
Yeah, but we have enough space on both sides, so we can just have it extend over the edges. Or we can like try to fold it. I don't know, it should be cleaner.
Honestly, I have no idea what you're talking about right now. Not the.
So like if we had like the readout on the bottom and we had like all the rails,
Mhm.
like for getting the readout, like the one over there, like to get 8 bits, it needs to be 8 wide unless you like start folding the rails over or something.
Yeah. I mean, we have 8 blocks, right? So should be fine. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Yeah, we got 8 blocks.
Yeah, I mean if they're like sharing it, but I guess yeah, it's how you do that.
Yeah, because it's all. I mean, it was the conclusion we said we just needed 8 bits, right?
Yeah, but like, how do we if they're both going in parallel? I guess we could just flush it, like serialize the flushing. So we have like some sort of way of like buffering which bits have been set, and then we like queue up flushing each one so they don't happen at the same time.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's actually the
You can
cleanest way of doing it.
you can do a falling edge off of the cuds and then just reset them at different times.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Do you need a falling edge or a rising edge though? Can you just pulse it twice?
Well, so the problem is that if these two are working in parallel, like these two sides of the encoder are working in parallel, then you don't want them to output their codes simultaneously.
Oh, I didn't know we were doing that. Okay.
Yeah. Like there are like the two options we kind of had was the first one was that we can like have one golem and then you just like unlock the side of the chests that you want to check. And the second option is you have 2 golems in this the lower section, and then you just run them in parallel. And I think the extra golem is definitely worth it to get the speed
to
boost.
speed it up. Yeah.
So I
It'll
think 2
take like on
golems.
average like 15 seconds.
Yeah, as opposed to
30.
I mean, yeah, opposed to 30. So would be good. That also means that you get the code, like the entire code comes at once if you do a falling edge too.
Yeah, it'd be really clean.
Power of the dust line. Okay, so falling edge is a little bit difficult to do in this scenario off of this cud. You can do some stateless stuff, actually. It's probably the cleanest way to do it. Otherwise, I mean, I guess you could also use a piston, but we don't like pistons.
How is the stateless gate working here?
You would basically take the update from like this dust turning off, updating something, and you would use the dropper to update it if this flips back on, or if this flips off again. So you just detect the cud turning off, and then take the dust being off at the same time to create an update of some sort. But I think a piston is just a lot easier, unfortunately, as much as I don't want to use a piston.
Piston's easier for like a rising edge.
It works both ways here, right? Because it'll drop down, then it'll come back up, and you just take a signal from coming back up.
Oh yeah, if you're gonna paste it like that. I was gonna say if you were pasting it face down. Yeah.
Yeah, face down would not quite work here, unfortunately. And there's our falling edge. Let's just copy this over. Probably makes sense to face the 2 chests outwards in this case then. And then put a rail in between.
Oh, I see. So each chest, okay, corresponds to a bit.
Yeah.
Ah.
I don't actually know how you'd wire this encoder, to be clear, though. Yeah, I have no idea.
You just have to kind of like
So-
connect the lines together.
But this should
Well,
work with Big Ruby as well. So I think it would be fine. If someone who actually understands encoded wants to weigh in on that, it'd be great.
The problem is I don't understand the golem. Like I don't know what's going on.
I mean,
So
the
right
golem,
now, yeah, go ahead.
so the golem just so basically the golem checks all the chests in sequence, and then if the item is in there, it just updates the cut for that.
Okay, so let's
Pretty
say this
straightforward.
golem. Let's say I'm a copper golem. I check the chest.
Oh,
It matches the first one. What bit do we want this to connect to?
the first one. The first group, which is 0, 2, or 1, 0.
Okay, so we're organizing them like that then.
I mean, that's how
I
encode
gotcha.
works. 8-bit groups are 2, 3, 3. So you do 1, 0, 0, 1, 1, 1. And that's the first,
What?
first 2 bits.
Fuck. Can do.
I think the easiest way to wire it is like you also need to prefix it based on which side it is, essentially, as well. Maybe. Yeah, so you get the demux. You could do that on the other side.
DMX doesn't matter, you can just take it out the encoder. It's always 2 times more than the last code. That's how
Yeah,
DMX
but
works.
in this case, you have to like do a little pre-demux so the golem sticks to their side. I think is what Ego's saying.
No. What I was saying is that like you have information that gets encoded by the fact that these are in different input chests. So
Yeah.
you want that to be part of the output code.
Oh, okay.
And there's your output. And you just put your observers wherever you want. Yeah. Exactly. So this was like, I mean, I imagine this is not a possible big group, but like that's an option for what this could look like. You just power them
It's
real.
possible. Every combination of the codes are used to get 252 technically.
Yeah, because you don't. But yeah, I think. Yeah, I mean this works. I'm fairly confident this works. And then the nice thing is that all the codes come out at the exact same time. Like all the observers will fire at the exact same time, the exact same tick. So we just need to wire the falling edge for this. Also getting chest goes here. Oh wait, that'd be kind of funny. Kind of like works as an item gate. I don't think we actually need that though. That's gonna cause a problem no matter how I do it though. Okay, and then you just stagger these falling edges. Like they have to, I guess, probably some sort of request system would be in order. This. Oh my goodness. Yeah, putting a big group in right now.
I mean, if someone else wants to do it, but
Hey, go for it. I'm not complaining. Okay, so now we just need a request manager and then to what? And probably just like
Ooh, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
I'm just thinking how this goes because we only have like 4 and 4,
Right.
so it's kind of. Because I was thinking we split the codes. 'Cause that'd be super easy. But we need 2 in the middle for this code. The 10th
oh nice.
code.
Where the hell are you going? Yeah, no. Get out of here. I'm just gonna see.
I guess we could go here. With that. Make it like that. Oh, this isn't the first slice.
We probably should also lock these copper chests closed to prevent the constant checks from the copper golem, though I don't actually know if that helps with lag or not.
Yeah, it helps with like noise, but I don't think it really helps with lag.
Is there someone to like freeze their AI?
I don't think unless you start getting into like weird like door tag.
I'm into weird door tech.
You have like wacky like NAND like things. I don't know how to actually do that stuff though.
And AN cards. They're fixed in the newer versions.
So sad.
I'm pretty sure this type of thing wouldn't work for the bit groups. This type of layout.
What do you mean?
Make the split layout. Because as you go further, right? As you go further, you have more and more codes, but you have less and less space. Because you need to be able to trigger every line, right?
I mean, these are two separate encoders.
I mean, like,
wait.
you can just
Yeah, but
have like
at
one
least-
bit that just gets set when only one side goes off, so you have like that way of like separating out the thing. I don't know if that's the most efficient way of doing it though. You may like have like 2 bits or something. I'd only 1 bit differentiation.
I got no idea. I mean, that's in my head, I guess, like that having one side trigger 1 bit is like seems like an easy way to do it. But again, I don't know anything about encoding efficiencies, so. I'm not the person to be adjudicating that. Also, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We need to get rid of one of these chests.
What?
Because it needs to have an output chest.
Yeah, that's one too many.
You need 20 chests.
That's not good.
You need 20 chests.
Yeah. No. You also you get information from these chests up here. That's what I was saying.
Oh, okay.
Because you get essentially an extra bit of information from that.
Do we do the demuxes with these then?
So currently the way the encoder works is you put the item into the top half and it gets whitelisted to one half of the other.
So each
That's
one
like-
these are basically like 228 encoders that are acting in parallel. So they have like 1 bit that's like mutually exclusive between them, but that gives up to 256.
Yeah, this is like 2 separate 10-bit or 10 chest encoders.
So what's the bit grouping for 7-bit?
11 chests and
Right.
almost.
You might need XOR.
Oh boy. He's sneaky here. No, he's not. Yeah, we're
He
cooked.
was.
Good luck. We're cooked.
I mean, I know how to
have no
make an
clue how
XOR
it's-
XOR encoder. I just don't know how to make the actual encodings.
Yeah. I mean, I think we can do it the same way as you do a 10-bit encoder with the layers. Just gotta figure out the bit group and I guess I can work on that.
I mean, I kind of said at the beginning of this that I'm not too worried about like the math of it. I'm sure we can make the math work.
Yeah.
And assuming we have an encoder output.
I think
Like,
it's
we
one of
could
those things like if we have the output, if it needs to be XOR, you can just like change out the bottom bit to be XOR, it'd be fine.
Yeah, I don't know how XOR. I know literally nothing about XOR, so and frankly, I'm okay with that for now.
Soon, bro, soon.
Soon, I don't think I'm ever getting into encoded, man. We got too many other things going on, too many other projects.
Waitlister halls are good enough, you know.
Yeah, exactly. I'm a big box
no.
miss. So.
At least for single player. I think once you start doing stuff like huge dynamic bulks, obviously.
Wait, what if we split
No,
the
I'd do that.
code like
I'll do that encoded as well.
this? And then you see what I'm saying, Lukeem?
No.
No? Like,
Oh, this part. Yeah, we could do like that, but we need more space for it. So I was thinking you split it up, kind of like how you have a 10-bit encoder, but we do 8-bit. We do 4 and 4 instead of 5 and 5.
oh, okay, I see the idea.
Yeah. Just fitting the bit codes, the codes. So, brain teaser. What is it? I don't know. Something like that.
I'm guessing the request logic here. So whenever Copper Golem finishes, what's gonna happen? I think I still have 10, which is unfortunate. I do have to get rid of one of these chests.
Yeah, the only way you can have 10 chests is if you kill the golem. What's really annoying is you can actually shear the items off of them, but you can't do it with dispensers.
No, bro.
That's annoying. Yeah.
You know, if you could do that, you could get 10 chests.
You'd also would start using up dispensers though.
Yeah, I mean, you just craft shears.
That's true, yeah.
You think it's easier than killing the golems?
A little bit, yeah, maybe. Just maybe.
Gotta get golem spawn and exit survival.
You need the 9 chests with XOR. I hope so.
Probably.
What's going on here?
I'm just thinking wall wiring. Basically, I just want to detect when the copper golem has input an item, and so I can request the code. And because they have these two sides running in parallel, and the whole goal is to prevent them from firing at the same time, I need them to never fire, never produce their code at the same time, and so I need to reset all these CUDs, one after another with enough delay to get the code out.
What I do with my hull, because it's narrow enough that both the white lasers can't go at the same time without messing it up. So I just have a clock that runs when there's things that are running, and it just every once in a while it will just set a pulse out saying unlock the pause from each side of the buffer. So that's a way of handling it.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I guess this just have to be a recorder manager. And I'll just unlock the hopper and send the code. So the same action that unlocks the hopper. We'll reset this. That's clean wiring. Oh, sure. I don't even need.
Okay, I did the math. We need 21 chests. If you want to do a bit grouping. Or the correct bit group.
I have to go for the moment. I might catch you later.
All right, see you, Jonas.
Sounds good.
So is this like not expandable?
No, we're stuck to 10 chests.
No.
Or
We are kind of stuck
9
at-
chests.
or whatever. Yeah, we're stuck at 9 chests.
I mean, we can,
We're
we
gonna
can
need Exor.
I mean, we can expand it by like adding more in parallel, but that's just like it's just a different way of.
Oh right,
doing
golems
it.
are limited. Yeah.
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 I feel like we get information from the fact that they're split apart, but like if you can't do 128 with 9 chests, then I don't think it's gonna work.
I mean, didn't Dad Nerd say something about like
That was like
12
crackpot.
Yeah,
I don't-
We're not doing crackpot.
Yeah,
It's really big and complicated.
I still don't know even what it is.
One so tragic. It's really sad. I could get to 19 chests. And do some very silly stuff. You could use a CUD to detect which side of the chest the golem interacted with, maybe? I don't know.
No, I don't think
The
so.
problem is having enough space. Like you need two chests with the at the last bits. You need 2 of them, like at the last bit group for each.
I mean, does the 241 items include shulker boxes?
Yes, it does include if you get rid of shulker boxes and then you start dying things, you can get rid of like 60 items if you do that. Because like
But
you
that's
get
still
like
not.
yeah, I mean you just
Actually,
you might
it
be
might
able
be.
to because you get
Get
rid of
that.
all the dyeable stuff. You like compress that down to like 4 items, and then that's like the biggest one. You can also like filter out like discs. Discs are like the easiest one you could do. Like discs in the filter rolls, like you can get some information from. It's just like a bit messy.
Yeah, I think when we release whatever we finish here, we just say how many unique codes it can produce. And people can make their own decisions of what they do or don't if they are, for whatever reason, in 21.11 or past, or .10 and past. Like, I don't know, I think this is more,
a lot more math to figure out
Yeah.
what's actually the maximum.
at least with bit grouping. Like that's, yeah, I don't
We can
know
do
how
no bit grouping, but it's gonna be like 6 probably. 6 bits.
I mean, we can bit group. It's just I don't know how many extra items that gets you, if any. Because I don't really understand. The big thing here is there's like a difference between the number of bits you can have and like the number of items that you need, and the limiting factor here is the number of items that you need. So eliminating a few extra items can potentially get us to 19 chests. I just don't know what that number is.
Yeah.
And I suspect that is a very hard thing to calculate. So copper golem. So now I just need to manage the requests. I mean, I guess there's a very, very simple way to do that. How do I fit it though?
Oh, that was not me. Never mind.
That was me, yeah. He said, "Oh shit!"
Thought I fucked up.
Yeah, it would be so much easier if it was odd. No, it's number blocks.
Yeah, I'm gonna go off for the day. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Bye, Ghost.
Bye.
And he's gone.
Well, he said it was leave.
So if there's this line's on, there's a request active. If a request is active, then I just I just need one signal to preclude the other. This wiring may be atrocious.
Maybe.
It may be indeed, yeah.
If we spit on what I would do, I'd probably just have the target block go back and forth on a 15-second clock.
There's no world where I do that.
What?
That is never happening. I'm sorry.
I'm like speechless.
Jesus, man.
What a recommendation.
Yeah, what a recommendation. Oh, God. Okay. This is like not a great way to do this, but Alright, easy dust, so that can that. Two, 4, 6. Okay, so if I put a pulse into this. Nope, that's obviously not going to work, yeah. How close are those timings? Oh, I can multimeter right now. I guess I'm setting that up.
I know how I feel.
Yeah, I was gonna say that shit sucks. Multimeter is so nice.
Just learn the ticks.
What do you mean learn the ticks?
I can't explain it.
I mean, I can count. I count all the time, but
Yeah, me too. 1, 2, 3.
Just
oh, I
change
think
stuff
I
so
know.
it works.
That. I can do that. Okay, sweet. That doesn't actually solve my problem, but good to know. So if this puts in a request, no, there is comfy. I just hadn't set up my commands for it, like my keybinds. Yeah, I know. I know. Sucks.
Actually, it's so infuriating how much easier it would be to do the math for the bit grouping if it was like a straight line instead of a mirrored design now.
Oops.
Actually difficult.
Yeah, that was the alternative. Was like queuing up like them like in serial, but that just having like storing the code partially is like a
Yeah.
pipelining thing, so you don't have to wait the full 130 seconds for it to spit out the code.
No pistons. So if a request is existing, that port turns off, that port turning off. I guess I can set it up to flip. That doesn't work. Sends a pulse. So basically, if the signal comes from one of these sides, I want to know and do something with that. Man, there's no way to fit that. I guess I'm just gonna have to do a normal kind of setup here. Does this work? Okay, I'm gonna take freeze for a second. It does work. Lock.
What more needs to be done on this?
Calculate how many you can encode with the big group.
Oh. Is that it?
Not sure. I guess this had to leave.
I gotta eat pretty soon.
Oh, he's such a stalker.
I think Tiz is locked in.
He just left the voice.
There's no stopping him.
He's the stalked. Yo, Minecraft reference.
I think I'm gonna cut the recording here and get some food.
Sure. No
Alright.
objections, I guess.
Sweet.
I think this might have some, but he isn't saying anything.
Alright. Good luck to Tiz, I guess.
He's soloing.
Oh. On
Oh, he's
phone.
on phone. I guess we wait for his.
Okay,
His
I'll
turn.
wait for him.
I'll do math.
All right, sorry about that. I'm back. Yeah. I feel like I don't know. Was there anything that I missed of relevance?
No.
Willie said he's gonna like stop recording or something.
But yeah, I was gonna say, like, could we wrap it up probably?
Yeah, we can wrap it up.
Cool.
I think we got to a decent place, and there's still some things left to figure out. But this is like a fairly unique project, so
Yeah.
it's expected.